I wish you bluebirds in the spring to hear your song, a song to sing, and then a kiss. More than this, I wish you love.
Welcome to the Forgiveness Solution Podcast. I'm Reverend Misty Time. You can find me at revmisty.com. And please subscribe to Sacred Stories Podcast. Today, so excited, we get to talk to Lisa Sanders.
Hi, everybody.
And just to let you know, Lisa Sanders is a 2-time San Diego Best Acoustic Artist. Happen to know she's fabulous. I've been to more than a few of her concerts. She's really, really amazing. And she has some current projects that she's going to discuss, but this year, isn't it currently the 20-year anniversary since your first CD? And since then, you've had how many CDs? 8 CDs out, right?
Yeah.
Right? You've been singing since, oh my gosh.
Since I could talk.
Since you could talk. And her backup singer, a.k.a. Brown Sugar, have been singing together since high school.
Yeah, well, about 10 years, but we've known each other.
Known each other since high school.
We've known each other since high school.
They're just fantastic and amazing. Well, Lisa, can you fill us in on what you've been doing currently?
Well, currently I've been I put out Shiver, which was my 8th release. It took me 7 years to do that. So I've been working on getting that out more into the world. And meanwhile, I've decided, since it's the 20-year anniversary, that I would let all of the fans choose the songs from those different CDs, and we'll do a Lisa Sanders Essential CD, but the fans get to choose the songs.
Oh, how exciting.
And so we're having a contest so they can win prizes, and it's I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Well, I know I'm really excited. And what's great today, of course, we're going to talk about forgiveness, because this is the Forgiveness Solution Podcast. And, forgiveness and music really go hand in hand, because I know when my heart hurts, music heals me. Yeah. But we're also going to be blessed to have Lisa sing for us today. And that'll be coming later in the podcast. But today, Lisa's really going to help talk about forgiveness, about forgiveness in music, and talk about her journey and her life story with forgiveness. And it's an interesting story. So I'm going to start with asking her a few questions about her life and her childhood and some reflections on forgiveness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, Lisa, let's start about talking about what is your, your examples of forgiveness when you were a child?
Well, I think my biggest example was my mom. Because my mom, I've never heard my mom, and I don't know if this is going to be hard to say. I've never heard her say anything bad about anyone in my whole life.
Wow.
She's always said, I think you need to steer clear of that one, or maybe we could rethink of how you can, handle this situation with this person. But she's never really taught me anything that was hateful or angry or like she was mad at someone, not even my father.
Wow.
Who left us.
What a blessing that is.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing strength. I mean, in today's society, how would we benefit from learning to speak nice of others?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I say that to everybody when they meet my mom, because she's just that way. She may be upset about something, but the way she handles it is in a spiritual way. She's really a spiritual, grounded person. She prays, and she's kind, and she's firm when she has to be. But she's not a hateful speaker.
Wow.
Even though she gave me a few spankings, but she never said anything bad about anybody.
Right.
I didn't even know about my dad till I was 22 years old.
Oh, wow.
What he did.
Wow.
And
so you think that really affected your view on how, in your heart, how you should hold those negative feelings, what I call unforgiveness, ugly feelings.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure, but I'm not as good as my mom. I have problems. I'm really good at understanding, I think, the other person's point of view. Mm-hmm. So it makes it easier for me to understand why they would have done something. So I'm usually the person that says, oh, I can understand why they did that because of da 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 da, and not really hold a grudge. I'm not really a grudge holder per se. But I found that when things happened to me, I didn't realize what I was holding was the effects of that happenstance. Whatever happened to me that would make me feel like I wanted to hate them, I really never felt that until way later in life, because I went, I'm accepting. I'm going to let their life be the way it's supposed to turn out. And so I really didn't feel like I had harbored any ill feelings towards anyone. But it turns out that I did deep down have that feeling when I realized the effect that it had on me when I got grown up.
And do you think that we, as lots of times I think women do that a lot, right? We hold it deep down in us, and I think we take that and we hold it for so long.
Yes.
And we try to move on, put on the happy face.
Right, exactly.
Right, put on the happy face. And I think that it does affect both our health over time.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So did you find that as you grew and became a songwriter, which is a fabulous songwriter here,
Thank
you. You don't just do the writing yourself, you actually teach it.
Yes, right? I can.
Which is amazing. How did that play into your career?
Oh, wow. It was a big deal because I found, I didn't realize it, but for me too, music is a healing thing. And I realized that I'm really blessed, and it took me years to figure that out, that all I ever wanted to be was a songwriter. I didn't really want to be a singer per se. I really didn't care about that. But it turns out what I cared about was expressing myself and the other people's views that I hear, or they tell me stories, or I meet friends and loved ones and they say, oh, this happened to me, or I watch something on television, the human story playing out, and then later on there's a song that comes out of it, and I didn't really consciously really know why I wrote that. But after it's written and I play it, people say to me, oh my gosh, that's what happened to me. And oh my gosh, that song makes me feel so much better. And I had once a girl come up to me after a concert. I wrote a song. I was a single mom for years, and I have an older daughter, Andrea, who's just, she's the light of my life, but also, I don't know if you know teenage girls.
maybe I've had one.
A little bit.
Yeah. And anybody else out there listening has a teenage girl.
Oh, has a teenage girl.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I know you're rolling your eyes and taking a deep breath right now. We feel you. We feel you.
I feel you, yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, I wrote a song about her first date, and I was terrified, because I didn't know what this guy's going to be like. But I wrote this song, and it seemed that it resonated so much with my fans. And I had a young girl come up to me, maybe 20, I don't know. And she said to me, Lisa, oh my gosh, after a concert, she goes, that song, Pride and Joy, she goes, it made me want to go talk to my parents, so I did. I talked to them, and I hadn't talked to them for a year.
Oh.
And we made up, and we cried, and I understand them a little better because of your song. And that stayed with me like for my whole career, because it kind of made me go, okay, this is why I do this. This helps people heal. This helps people feel better. I mean, the world is crazy right now.
It is crazy right now.
It's just crazy.
Yes.
And we're just recorders of the human experience to let people know they're not alone.
They're not alone. And we
Yeah.
have each other. And we
Yeah, we
have
do.
amazing artists like you who are able to reach deep in our hearts and feel our pain.
Yeah,
and
do.
I know that you yourself have struggled in life, like most of us.
Oh, sure.
Last time I checked, I haven't met somebody,
Oh, my gosh, yes.
anybody over a certain age, I don't know, 12, who
Yeah.
has not had either forgiveness issues, pain, anger, those unforgiveness, ugly emotions that we all get. It's part of our life.
It is.
It's part of our human experience to deal with those painful experiences. Your mother
Yes.
seems to be an amazing woman that she kind of had, she had those feelings.
Oh,
but
my
she
gosh, yes.
dealt with them and gave you a beautiful example.
Oh, yes.
And that's such an amazing story that you had such an amazing example in your life. But you are able to do something that not all of us are. You're able to put them down in such amazing words and then also sing so beautifully and help us
Yes.
feel better about our feelings. What story can you share with us about your life? I know that you are 9 years in AA, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next month. Yeah.
Next month. Congratulations.
9 years, yes.
Congratulations. That's a great thing.
Yes.
Yeah. What song and what story can you relate to your life that has really helped you come through and help you forgive some really deep stuff?
Well, there's 2 songs. Come On and Dance.
Oh.
Because it was the only song to date that I've wrote, and it's about 15 years old now, that totally made me feel elated after I wrote it. It took me so long to find the bridge. It took me about a year to come up with a bridge. But once I did, and I finally got it finished, I was just overjoyed. I've never had that experience since. It was amazing. And then I have one on my Shiver, which is called Secret Angel.
Oh, wow.
On my last my newest record that's out right now. And it's mostly about the dark side of my addiction and my brain and the fight that I had inside myself to forgive myself for things that I took on and the regrets that I had and things that I felt I didn't do quite right. I mean, I've always had a bad problem. I don't know if it's a problem, but my personality has always been one that I would beat myself up for everything. I always wanted to be perfect, and I always wanted to do everything right, and who can't? And that came from trying to please, everybody and be all I could be. And
well, I would say that is an affliction we all have. Or most of us have. We want to be perfect and we want to do everything right. And if you can tell anybody out there, what would you say?
I would say, well, I would say bullcrap.
Bullcrap. I like that. Bullcrap. I love that.
Bullcrap. We can't be all things to all people. And there has to be, we have God's grace.
We do have God's grace.
And we're not out there like harming people. We're not intentionally harming people or intentionally doing badness in the world. I mean, we're just people.
We are just people.
And
we have messy lives.
Yes.
And we are messy people.
Yeah.
And messy people deserve forgiveness.
Yes.
And if you can learn that, if you can learn that other people need forgiveness, then you can also learn that you are included in that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I just figured I need to start here because
here.
I was trying to forgive everybody else, and I did. I thought, but what I left out was myself too.
That's really beautiful.
So that I can heal.
So that you can heal. That is so beautiful. Yeah. And you mentioned God in there. You brought up God.
Oh, sure.
Right. And a lot of people get very angry at God.
Oh, of course. I have.
Yeah.
I have, absolutely. I've gotten pissed off. I go, why do you let all this stuff go on? Right. And then I go, oh, yeah, free will. You gave us free will. Oh, my gosh, I forgot you let us have whatever we want.
Oh, you mean we had a choice?
With consequences.
With consequences,
yeah.
Yes. So that God has an amazing capacity for forgiveness.
Absolutely. Oh, right. I would say so.
And God, according to all scriptures, all sacred scriptures, whether it's Hindu or the Quran or the Bible, they talk about God's capacity for forgiveness and also God's capacity to forget.
Yeah.
As human beings, we don't forget as well.
No.
Yeah, which, that whole forgive and forget thing.
Right. And I, for me, forgiveness, I was thinking about it, it has a lot to do with both of those things. If I'm truly to forgive, I always say, okay, I forgive you. I won't forget so that I don't do it again, so that I don't fall for it again. So I don't know if that's a bad thing or if that's a good thing, but it's my safety mechanism.
I think it's a good thing.
It's like, you got me that time and I'm going to watch out for you the next time. It doesn't mean I'm going to hold a grudge because I get sick. I gain weight. I get just upset all the time. And I learned something just recently. What I focus on is what I get in my life. I mean, I've heard it for years, but now I see the consequences of holding on to regrets, holding on to the past, holding on to the things that people did to me that I'm like, oh, they did that to me. I'm not really mad at them, but I'm feeling the effects of it. And thinking about the effects of it all the time is creating this just vicious cycle. When what I really want is to forgive and have a free life and to have a wonderful, beautiful experience while I'm alive and to share that experience with as many people as I can possibly touch, which has always been my goal. But I always had that stuff from my past that I needed to forgive. And a lot of it, frankly, to forget because I need to move on.
I see forgiveness. Sometimes we don't forget, which is a good thing. It's a safety mechanism.
Yeah.
I own that. I think, please don't let me forget because I will step in it again. I call that the yellow brick road.
Yeah, I've done that too.
The whole time we had the answer, and then I keep running into the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and whatever, and he keeps bonking me on the head and says, you've been here before.
Yeah,
so
I've done that.
Yeah, so you need to not forget. But what's important about forgiveness, it softens your heart.
Yes, that's true.
It lets in the empathy for the other people who are also having messy lives.
Yeah.
And understanding that if we can all be a little messy together, and we do deserve forgiveness.
We do.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I do feel that, and I have to say, I cry a lot. I do. I can't help it. I see something that hurts my heart, and I cry about it. Or lately, I've been crying in gratitude because. I'm just grateful about just about everything, and I just start crying, and then I go, okay, I gotta straighten up, I'll be at a show, and I'm trying to get the song out, but then I look out the crowd, and I see the crowd, and I go, oh my God, I love them, and then I want to cry, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta finish the song, I can't cry right now, so it does really kind of, when you're having that forgiveness awakening, I would say, because I'm having a new awakening, and it does all have to do with forgiveness, and I that's why this time is just like perfect. I go, how did she know? How did Reverend Misty know?
Well, I love to talk about forgiveness being the link between love and healing.
Yeah.
And now I want to add another link of gratefulness.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That is so perfect. I thank you for that. And I was crying the other day. I was doing a prayer with a whole bunch of friends.
Oh.
And I started crying. I couldn't finish the prayer. Actually, it made almost no sense. My friends were looking at me. There was a lot of pressure. I'm just going to tell you, there was a lot of pressure being a reverend and saying a prayer. Oh. And I started crying because I was so grateful. And those are happy tears. And I'm glad you had those really wonderful, happy tears.
I have them all the time now.
Oh, great.
It's just ridiculous. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't start,
So
it's a beautiful day.
I'm so happy for you. Well, I'm glad that forgiveness lets you have this wonderful gratefulness and this freedom. And forgiveness is freedom.
It is.
It's freedom from those ugly, angry emotions that we do stuff inside. But you're right, they do come back. They come back and bite us,
and
don't
bite.
they?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's ridiculous. Sometimes I used to say, I haven't done it so much this year because I'm putting a check on it. Lisa, get off your soapbox. You know, I just get all pissed off, and I'm standing up there on my soapbox, and I'm going, nah, do you know it? Nah. And so this year I'm like, I'm just going to be grateful. I'm just going to stop and go, you know, I'm truly blessed. You know, I've got a lot of stuff going on for me that, I mean, only God's grace, because Lord have mercy. I was a work in progress, you know, like, oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm just like grateful, you know, I'm not dead.
Well, I am just so amazed at what a beautiful human being you are.
Oh, well, thank you.
What a beautiful talent you are, and all the beautiful things you do for others. You volunteer in so many places. You offer your beautiful talent in so many places.
Thank you.
And we today are going to be so blessed to hear you sing. And what beautiful song are you going to grace us with today?
You know, I was thinking I would play Pride and Joy.
Oh,
It's either that or Come On and Dance. Ooh, maybe Come On and Dance.
wow,
It's
Come On and
uplifting.
Dance. It's, you know, it's really what's in your heart, because they're all both beautiful songs. And which one says forgiveness the most to you?
Oh, probably. Well, Pride and Joy is mostly a story. Yeah, it's mostly a story about giving your daughter away.
Hey.
But Come On and Dance is a celebration of life, and when you let go of all the regrets and all the you know things that you need to forgive people for, because when we forgive them, we are free. We are free. You know, whatever they did goes with them, and if we let that go, then life for us begins anew.
It does.
It's really liberating.
It is, and it's also so free to let them be on their path and let you be on your path.
And that's honoring them too.
Is.
It's like saying, hey, you know, I wouldn't have done that, but you go right ahead.
You go, girl.
Yeah. Because your life is going to be, you know, yeah.
Yeah. Well, everyone, here's Lisa Sanders.
Followed you home late in the evening. You went straight for my heart. We talked the night long. At the start of the day, you asked me to stay. I went out of my mind, stayed a little long. Hold out your hand, and I'll give you everything I can. I'll find a way to show you my love every day. Can I give that to you? Let me show it to you. Come on and dance. Come on and dance. Pictures of you I have in my pocket all day and night. You're with me always. Hold out your hand, and I'll give you everything I can. I'll find a way
Thank you, Lisa. That
Thank
was
you.
amazing.
Thank you. I feel so honored. I couldn't wait to get here.
Well, that's exactly what forgiveness lets you do. It lets you come on and dance because it frees your heart up to let the joy in. It lets other people go on to their path and lets them dance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Lisa has been in AA for 9 years.
9 years next month.
9 years next month. And one of the steps is about forgiveness.
Oh my gosh, the 4th step.
The 4th step is about forgiveness.
It is.
And she was telling me earlier that 4th step is sometimes the hardest step.
Oh my gosh. Nobody wants to do it. I was terrified. It took me so long. My sponsor would say, "Come on, Lisa, we got to do that step." And I'm like, "No, I can't."
And it's about self-forgiveness and about forgiving others.
It's about forgiving others, yeah. And it's about understanding that people are human, and it just brings out so many different things because we can't carry resentment. The resentment of not forgiving is what ruins us.
I agree.
It made me drink.
It made you drink.
Oh, yeah. It made me drink. I didn't even realize how much it was affecting me until I did that.
So I talk about resentment and expectations, and I'm definitely going to do a podcast on that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because the
great.
expectations of what we would like everyone to be, correct?
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even what we would expect ourselves to be in when we don't live up to our own expectations, right?
Yes.
Right. And I think you mentioned that earlier, how hard you were on yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I try to adopt, no expectations, no disappointments. I used to say that a lot.
And how'd that go for you?
Not well.
Okay, just checking. Well, you talked a lot about, holding on to regret, and what forgiveness did was to let go of that.
Yeah.
And such beautiful words you were able to write about letting that go and to dance. And I'm so glad that you were able to share that with us today.
Thank you.
And everybody can find Lisa Sanders at lisasanders.com. And also on Pandora.
Yes, I'm on Pandora. You just go to Pandora and put in Lisa Sanders, and it should pop up. Lisa Sanders Radio.
Or Lisa Sanders
And
Radio.
Pandora,
It's amazing to have Lisa Sanders on Pandora. It's fantastic.
Thank you,
And anything else, any place else that they should find you? What's your upcoming shows?
Well, my upcoming shows, I have 2 more shows here in San Diego. So if you're out of town, look for me in different states. I'll be at Java Joe's the next 2 Thursdays, but I'll be in Chicago next month in August, and you can find all that information too on lisasanders.com.
Because lots of times you're in Nashville and different areas, right?
I'll be in Nashville and Austin in September.
Okay, beautiful.
So,
beautiful. Well, from deep down in my heart, thank you so much. And I would like to offer you from the Forgiveness Solution, I would like to tell you that you're one of our fabulous forgivers.
Oh, yay!
So,
thank you. Oh, that felt good.
Good. Well, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you, Reverend
today.
Misty.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you so
you can
much.
find Reverend Misty at revmisty.com. Also on Facebook at Reverend Misty Time. And please subscribe to the Forgiveness Solution at Sacred Stories. Until next time.
Yeah, thank you. You went straight for my